Greetings, land of the brave and beyond, and welcome to today's Cabinet Committee briefing session on this Monday morning, the 6th of November 2023. Coming to you live and direct from the Government Information Center studios here in the heart of the capital city, Windhoek. Now, Namibia, this is a national platform that is initiated by the government of the Republic of Namibia to serve as a conduit to transmit information on programs, projects, and public policy formulations and advancement within the respective offices, ministries, and agencies. I am your host, Helene Philip Samunyela, and I am delighted to introduce to you this morning the the Deputy Minister of Sports, Youth, and National Service, Honorable Emma Kantema Galmes, to present to the Namibian nation her ministerial update. Good morning, Honorable Deputy Minister, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you on board this morning. Please take the podium.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to all the viewers. It's my distinct honor to update the nation on cabinet decisions that are made pertaining to our mandate, as well as also I will delve into other programs that is intended to assist us in discharging our mandate. Firstly, I would like to start with the pillar of sports development and promotion. As you know, that our ministry is entrusted with promoting sport and also empowering the youth through the programs that we do. Pursuant to our mandate to ensure that we come up with programs that develop talent, especially at the youth level, the ministry has then entered into an agreement, and I'm pleased to inform the nation that Cabinet, by way of decision number 18/24.10.23/006, has then authorized the ministry to sign a memorandum of understanding with Kadilu Fishing Limited Company. This MOU is pertaining to sports development programs, mostly for primary schools, and the implementation of the Real Madrid Foundation program. We all know what the Real Madrid Foundation does. This program really for us is an initiative that we've identified to ensure that at the school level we build capacity, and at the school level we also identify the talent that will be nurturing. We started with the pilot program where we had coaching clinics in Walvis Bay. It went very well. The support and the turnout was very overwhelming. We then rolled it out to Ochiwarongo, and we also had one coaching clinic in Rundu, that's in Kavango East. Therefore, we are very excited because we believe that this is one of the programs that will help us to build a bigger pool where we can then choose from, especially when it comes to national teams. The Memorandum of Understanding will focus on football and also basketball. So these are the two codes that this MOU will be assisting the ministry to discharge our mandate. I then want to continue to our famous project that I know every Namibian, young and old, is concerned with, and that is now the Independence Stadium. As you may recall, the Minister of Finance last week, he tabled the midterm budget review, and within that, within his speech, he then alluded to the delay of us implementing this program. And I want to really appraise the nation in terms of how we have progressed towards upgrading and renovating the Independence Stadium. What we have done is that in September, we started to advertise to enlist the service of a consultant to oversee the renovation and upgrading of the Independence Stadium. And this advert then closed on the 24th of October, 2023. The goal here is to create a stadium that is in compliance with the Confederation of African Football, CAF, that is, the Stadium Regulation Edition 2022, and we endeavor to bring the stadium up to a level of Category 3. Now, I want to also just update the nation in terms of what is this Category 3, what does Category 3 entail? Now, Article 6 of CAF Stadium Regulation have classified the stadiums into 4 different categories. The first category, if your stadium is Category 1, it means that you are then permitted or you then comply with the requirements to host only Women's Youth FIFA qualifying competitions and Women's Championship League. When it comes to Category 2, you can then host Women's African Cup of Nations qualifiers, men under 17, under 20, under 23 AFCON qualifiers, and you can see already that it does not then include the national or the senior team. Now, Category 3 that we endeavor to bring this stadium to is the category that will comply to hosting Men's Champions League, that's at a group stage level, as well as quarterfinals, Men's Confederation Cup group stages at quarterfinals, as well as group stages, and also AFCON and FIFA World Cup qualifiers, Men's African Nations Champion, the one that's known as CHAN qualifiers. This category then will permit us also to host Women's African Cup of Nations final tournament and also Women's Champions League final stage. For us, this is the stage where we need to be in order for our national team to play at home. We are also not pleased with the status quo where our team are not able to play at home. Hence, really our goal is to ensure that we comply with those requirements. The CAF Stadium regulations prescribe a detailed technical requirements to be met for each category, especially when it comes to pitches and surrounding areas, for example, the facilities for teams, CAF officials, medical related, and so on. So this is really where we are in terms of the stadium. And I have to say that following the closure of the tender, the team has now started with a bid evaluation. We are all aware that we need to follow the Public Procurement Act regulations that have stipulated requirements in terms of adjudicating of the tenders. We, as a ministry, we are looking at ensuring that at least with the stipulated guidelines that we've put, we want when the consultant comes on board to start running and to assist us with all the deliverables that we've put out in terms of technical assessment and current stadium building, study on geotechnical conditions and all the professional services that's required. We have programmed the deliverable in such a way that the procurement process for a contractor can at least start by April 2024, taking into cognizance the processes that is required. And I hope that that clarifies the issue on the stadium, because every day we are inundated with these requests. In addition to the Independence Stadium, we have also made budgetary provisions to do minor renovations to other stadiums as well. And I want to highlight here that we have also provided a 2 million to renovate the stadium in Marintel, because we need to attend to issues such as ablution block. And towards this end, we've engaged the Ministry of Works, where we intend to partner with the unemployed artisans of Namibia for these renovations, because this is a youth group that has been doing renovations with that memorandum of understanding they have with the Ministry of Works. I now want to move over to also one of the key programs that we are implementing in terms of our sports legislation. We have commenced with the review of the Sports Bill, or the Sports Act that we have, that is the Sports Act of 2003. Towards this end, we have enlisted the services of a legal consultant who's assisting us to review and to update this legislation that we see does not speak to the current trends of sports development. And we will also keep the nation updated in terms of how we progress, because this bill is very important to us, ensuring that we are moving with the trends. I also want to indicate that we have seen also in the midterm review that the ministry has been, our budget has been adjusted upwards with 14.5 million. And I just want to break it down to the nation because I already had questions saying, this 14.5 million, what is it going to be used for? And following this approval for the 14.5 million, we have then allocated the next amounts. National Youth Service, which is our SOE, that's entrusted with capacity building, vocational training, and national service, have been then given an additional amount of 2.4 million to continue discharging their mandate. An amount of 500,000 was allocated for anti-doping measures. As we all know that this is a very important tool that we need to put in place. As a ministry, we are required to set up what we are calling as NADO, Namibia Anti-Doping Agency. We have also made provision thus far for an amount of 6.6 million towards the African Cup of Nations for the Brave Warriors. So this is part of that 14.5 million. Moving on to ensuring that we do provide the football youth programs with much needed competition for us to ensure that there are leagues, and for us also to ensure that we have leagues for all 14 regions. We have what we call our newspaper cup, and towards that end, 1 million has been allocated to support this national youth football tournament. And also we know that indirectly, these are some of the activities that create jobs or that also stimulate the economic activities in a certain region. Moving on to that 14.5 million is another 500,000 have been allocated to the Namibia National Paralympic Committee. This is to support our athletes with disability. We have also then provided a 1.7 million to Cricket Cup. This is really for us to support the cricket and to foster job creation in the sports sector. We all know that cricket has really been doing well in terms of qualifying to the World Cup and how they are faring at the continental level. And as a ministry then, pursuant to our mandate, we have provided this amount. Continuing to youth programs, we have also provided a 1.2 million for our Westphalia bilateral games. This is again in football because we know the success that has yielded from this program. Namibia School Sport Union was allocated 600,000 as a one-time allocation, and this is again for us to ensure that at the school sport level, we have competitions that exposes and nurture the talent at that level. We believe that as a ministry, the additional funding will aid in job creation, skills development, and it will boost economic activity in Namibia throughout sport and youth services. I now want to move over to youth development. As I alluded to earlier, youth empowerment is one of our key mandates to ensure that we discharge our mandates by capacitating the young people with the much needed skills that is required, and we capacitate them with the much needed support to engage in economic activities. Firstly, I want to call upon all the young people that are interested to take up training. We have our applications are open at Franz Dimbare Youth Skills Center. Applications are now open for the youth to undergo training in various trades. We have 8 areas that will be training at Franz Dimbare, that is for next year. Please take note, 30th of November is the due date. And there the requirements is just that you need to be between the age of 18 and 35, and this is geared to the unemployed young people, and you must be able to follow instructions in English. Another program that I want to share with the nation is the program that we implement towards youth and health. Towards this end, we have held several workshops in comprehensive life skills empowerment workshops. This is really to capacitate the young people to be able to navigate the challenges that they are faced with and empowering them with the essential life skills to progress in life. We have partnered with the USAID that is supporting us to have these workshops, and thus far we have reached 2,694 adolescent girls and young women with at least 3 sessions in comprehensive sexuality education. What I want to underline is, in addition to this, we held workshops that has reached 360 boys and young men. With this was workshops tailor-made towards sexual gender-based violence and also HIV prevention messaging. This is really something that as a ministry we are starting to drive, because we have realized that the boy child do not really take up psychosocial programs. And I also want to underline one important activity that we undertook towards entrepreneurship, and that is that we have provided 53 young girls and young women that have received small business startups toolkits. This is to enable them to participate in the entrepreneurship sector. These young people were trained. After being trained, they were then provided with a startup kit that will ensure that they are able to start with their activities. I also want to mention that we have done some outreach program regarding sexual and reproductive health, and these are some of the activities we did in Omsati, in Ohangwena, supported by Global Fund. Now, these activities have reached 341 youth, that's in Omsati, and in Ohangwena we have reached 344. These are some of the activities we did during our Q2. Lastly, I also want to speak to the program that talks to the social entrepreneurship, and in collaboration with UNICEF, we are implementing a program called the Upshift program that we are implementing in Kavango East, where UNICEF supported we have trained 43 young people successfully from phase 1 to 2 in social innovation and venture training. And of these 43, a number of 21 young people completed respectively, and 5 winners were awarded with a seed funding amounting to 50,000 Namibian dollars. This program ensures that our young people identify solutions in their community and that they upscale these solutions to social enterprises to ensure that, as young people, we want to be catalysts of change. I think I have covered all the activities that we would like to update the nation on, and I would like to end here and again reiterate our commitment towards discharging the mandate to ensure that our young people are capacitated. We provide the basic skills that is required for them to make it in life, for them to be able to be employed or to become self-employed, and also for us to support our team Namibia and to promote sport at the school level. I would like to end here, and I look forward to updating the nation on the progress as we gain traction on some of our strategic intervention. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister, for that very insightful update to the Namibian nation. It's refreshing to hear about the activities and programs that are undertaken by your ministry and are currently underway at your ministry. It's highly appreciated, and I'm sure the nation was looking forward to that. Now, Namibia, this is the platform, as I've earlier mentioned, that is initiated by the government of the Republic of Namibia to serve as conduits to transmit information pertaining to weather programs, projects, any activity that is underway within the ministries, offices, or agencies of government. And we are now calling upon the media, if there is any media representatives, maybe journalists in the House that would like to pose questions to the Deputy Minister to come forth. They can take the podium, just introduce yourselves and post your questions if there is any media in the House. This is the platform. Okay, and in the absence of the media, this is all the time we had, unfortunately, for today's discussion. That only means that your information that your update that you've just made is clear, so the media doesn't have questions to ask. And we appreciate. Please don't get tired. We'll keep knocking on your doors so that you can give us more updates if need be. Now, Namibia, that is all the time we had for today's discussion. Please join us again and take part in this conversation. Follow us on our social media platforms to become part of our family. From all of us here at the GIC, until next time, it's goodbye.